Did you know there's a book that describes fallen angels, secret knowledge, and a coming apocalypse? Yet it's not in your Bible? It's called the Book of Enoch. Banned, hidden, feared. But why? Let's uncover the ancient secrets buried in a text the early church didn't want you to read. What is the Book of Enoch? The Book of Enoch, also known as 1 Enoch, is an ancient Jewish text believed to have been written around 300 BCE. It claims to be authored by Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, a mysterious man who, according to Genesis, walked with God and was no more. But Enoch's writings go far beyond Genesis. In this book, he journeys through the heavens, speaks with archangels, and sees terrifying visions of the end times. The fallen angels and forbidden knowledge. One of the most shocking parts of the Book of Enoch is the story of the Watchers, a group of 200 angels sent to earth to watch over humanity. Instead, they rebelled. They took human wives and gave birth to the Nephilim, giants who corrupted the earth. Worse, the Watchers shared forbidden knowledge, weapons, magic, astrology, and secrets humans were never meant to learn. It was this act, Enoch says, that led to the Great Flood and God's judgment upon the earth. The book's influence and exclusion from canon. Despite its intriguing content, the Book of Enoch was never included in the canonical Bible. Its exclusion is believed to be due to its controversial themes and the theological implications of its stories. Early church leaders found its depictions of angels interacting with humans and providing them with forbidden knowledge unsettling. Its vivid descriptions of apocalyptic visions were perhaps deemed too radical or inconsistent with other biblical texts. Over time, the book was largely forgotten by mainstream Christianity, yet it retained a presence in some religious communities, such as the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, which considers it canonical to this day. Legacy and modern rediscovery. The Book of Enoch's legacy is one shrouded in mystery and speculation. For centuries, it lingered in obscurity, only resurfacing sporadically in religious and academic discussions. However, in the 18th century, the text began attracting renewed attention after copies were found in Ethiopia and brought to Europe. Scholars started to study the Book of Enoch intensively, uncovering its rich narrative and complex theological themes. Today, it serves as a compelling historical and religious artifact that provides insight into Jewish beliefs during the Second Temple period. Its discussions of celestial beings and apocalyptic visions contribute to a broader understanding of ancient religious thought and the varied interpretations of divine intervention in human affairs. Enoch's story, with its mysterious authorship and dramatic revelations, continues to captivate readers and scholars alike, inviting us to ponder the divine mysteries and question the knowledge we hold. Why it was removed. So why was the Book of Enoch banned? In the early centuries of Christianity, the book was popular, especially among groups like the Essenes and early followers of Jesus. In fact, many of Enoch's ideas appear in the New Testament, like the term Son of Man and descriptions of final judgment. However, it was more than just these thematic elements that caught the attention of early scholars and theologians. But by the 4th century, church leaders were uneasy. The Book of Enoch described angels in too much detail, offering a hierarchy and vivid accounts that clashed with simpler narratives contained within other biblical texts. Suggested a complex spiritual realm, with intricate layers of heaven and hell that made the spiritual universe seem more expansive and challenging to encapsulate within existing doctrines. Introduced cosmological views that contradicted more orthodox understandings of the cosmos at that time. Challenged the neat boundaries of doctrine, advocating ideas that seem to disrupt established teachings about the nature of sin, redemption, and divine justice. It was labeled heretical, and by the Council of Laodicea in 363 AD, it was officially excluded from the biblical canon. The decision to remove it underscored the Church's attempt to consolidate scriptures that aligned with their unified doctrine, preserving theological harmony and reducing elements of confusion or dissent. Lost and found. For centuries, the Book of Enoch was lost, preserved only in fragments and whispers. Then, in the 18th century, a complete manuscript was rediscovered in Ethiopia, written in the ancient language of Guizi. This discovery marked a pivotal moment in biblical scholarship, shaking the foundations of long-standing ideas about the lost texts of early Christianity. To this day, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church still considers it part of the Bible, a testament to its enduring influence and continued relevance in spiritual discourse. Scholars were stunned. How could such a vivid, complex, and influential text be buried for so long? This finding prompted a re-evaluation of history, encouraging historians and theologians alike to reconsider the canons and delve deeper into the pathways taken by historical texts. Its modern impact. Today, the Book of Enoch has found new life. It's cited in ancient alien theories, pop culture, conspiracy circles, and spiritual studies. The book's depictions of celestial beings and their interactions with humanity fuel countless speculative theories about humanity's origins and universal mysteries. But even beyond that, it forces us to ask big questions. What defines sacred truth? Who decides what we're allowed to know? How do cultural and theological frameworks shape our understanding of spirituality? And what other truths might still be hidden? The Book of Enoch may never be added back to the Bible, but its pages continue to echo. A warning, a revelation, a mystery waiting to be explored. If you want to discover more forbidden texts, ancient knowledge, and the hidden history of the Bible, subscribe to Apocrypha now and ask yourself, what else did they erase?